This is going to be another episode of Thorin and Loco versus Worlds. A show brought to you by GG Esports. What is GG Esports, you ask, in a non-rhetorical fashion? I, being someone with information and services to shill, will tell you it is a statistical matrix. That's the end of the copy, because as soon as I say the word statistical matrix, I start thinking of like sci-fi movies, fucking like anime, serial experiments lane, like all sorts of crazy shit. But that's got nothing to do with this, because it's a website that has like stats for different teams and players. It has matchups, including the odds. You can play with play coins, and you can take those play coins, and if you win in the contests and leaderboards against your friends or us, perhaps, as you'll find out later on the episode, you can win gems. And what are gems? Well, we all know gems are things that are of value, aren't they? That's why in movies, Indiana Jones tried to steal them. He wasn't just doing that because he liked them and wanted fucking bling, and his bitch was like, where's all my shit at? Where I don't see no ring on this finger, Indy. He wasn't doing any of that shit, was he? I mean, he sort of was by that last one. That fourth one was pretty whack. But, you know, we forget about that one. Forget that. It's nothing to do with Indiana Jones. The point is you can play there, and these gems can be redeemed for things like RP, Riot Points, skins, Steam gift cards, basically lots of other imaginary things that have value. So anyway, that's the end of this part of the show. Speaking of imaginary things that have value, LS, please tell me all of your opinions. No, anyway. I actually love you, LS. Love you, LS. So come back to us. It's okay. It's a safe environment. That's just friendly roasting. So,
Thorin, who do you like more, me or LS? Honest answer, on the spot. 3, 2, 1, go.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think I'd have to say LS. I can't lie. I'd have to go with LS on this one. You know. I was forced. You wanted an honest answer.
We went through that whole TSM bullshit together.
I know we did.
We hated each other, and then we liked each other, and then we started doing content together.
But that's the problem, Loco.
And then you fucking pick LS.
That's the problem, though, is that because we went through like the rocky times, we're like that marriage that has never like you can never 100% get the trust back, you know. So like it's good, you know, we're staying together for the kids, all the people watching this show. But the problem is there's always that sort of darkness where I'm like, oh, I don't want to see that side of Loco again. Better stay on his good side. So it's like, you know, I'm never going too hard with that. Whereas you have to understand with LS, like LS is already so reviled by the community that if anything, because I hate most of the people who are fans, not really, I just hate the ones that make stupid comments, they sort of like win me over to LS again, because they're like, he doesn't know anything. I'm like, he does know quite a lot, to be honest. And they go, who gives a fuck about Dragon Ball Z? I go, okay, fair enough, who does give a fuck about Dragon Ball Z? But the other thing, here's the thing actually, to start this episode, the thing people don't get about LS, Loco, is this. If you try and analyse the game, you analyse the game the way every coach would. You try to look at like just the fundamental aspects, things you know from being a player or a coach yourself, and you're still within the same paradigm most people are. What I actually enjoy about LS's analysis is, some of it he does that way, like, you know, how he's coached things on stream and how his own experiences, but he also does have quite a lot of like out-of-the-box thinking points, and so not all of them are going to land. Whenever you try and be creative like that, you're going to fuck some of them up, or some of them are going to be like half-baked ideas that don't come through. But every now and then you're going to get a really interesting idea that no one else had, because no one else was going for it. So I appreciate that. I enjoy that.
No, generally I do agree with you, where I think I've come from. I think a lot of what my point of view is realistic and coaching and practical, where LS is
outside of TSM. I agree.
Yeah, where LS is sometimes way too theoretical, but there times I heavily disagree with it, and I'm like, realistically, this shit is never gonna work. And sometimes I'm like, that's actually fucking interesting. But most of the time I'm like, holy fuck, that's fucking unrealistic.
Yes. See, people don't realise this. Part of the reason why I have a lot of eclectic people I know in League of Legends is because if you put together talk shows, you don't want it to be like a fucking little Kumbaya, my lord, like everyone just loving each other. You want people to actually like discuss things and debate them, you know. Like I want people to come on a show and secretly think Loco's some garbage coach who just knew how to speak some Korean and got a secret pipeline of info into the West, and that really never had any skills. I want someone to believe that and not say it to Loco's face, but just passive aggressively just snipe down everything he says in the game. And then I want Loco to come back at them and start telling them all stuff about how NA is going to succeed at Worlds. Like that's all. I always try to schedule Loco really early in a year, you know, like before MSI, before Worlds. Like I don't set him up to fail. I just put him out there, give him his chat, I give him the platform, and then we see how it goes. So exactly. So I think we've got the right. Anyway, this episode, before we got derailed there, is going to be a prediction episode. You might have seen we did another one. And this one is going to be I think, a pretty fucking big time game. It's KT Rollster against Invictus Gaming. And for people who don't know, when I did my episode of Narrative Wake where I had all different people coming on predicting who's going to win Worlds, KT Rollster, IG and RNG were the top 3 picks over the entire thing. People either thought RNG clear cut, if they were a Korean lover they picked KT, and some people actually thought IG with an outside chance, sometimes depending on matchup, etc. So for a lot of people, this matchup in the round of 8 could have been the final. That really could have been the case for them depending on how the bracket went. So let's start there. Right, Loco, what do you think of this as a matchup? Like, is there a lot of play in this one? Is this one that you're hyped for?
So the final matchup, going before the tournament, I do think IG had a lot of hype, but after watching them play, and it's not because they didn't get out of their group first, but just actually watching them play, I don't think they're one of the favorites to win the tournament. They're one of the good teams, but they're definitely not a favorite. So I do think there should be hype around this match, but I think it is IG were a pre-tournament favorite. Like after we cracked open and then we saw like what all the teams are about, I don't think IG is a favorite at all.
Okay. LS, hyped about this matchup?
I'm not as hyped as I would have been before the Fnatic IG series. I think that if I hadn't seen the Fnatic IG series and this was happening in semis, because IG would have in theory made it out of groups, then I think that I would have been more hyped for it. Watching IG and the manner in which they lost to Fnatic actually brought them down a notch in my eyes. And likewise, I mean, this happened to other teams in the tournament. Like Fnatic dramatically went up in my eyes. Whatchamacallit, RNG actually. I think KT is the favorite to win the tournament now. Which, just a week ago I said it was like 30-70 RNG. But now I think it's like 55-45 KT after watching all the games.
Okay.
Right, let's go with this angle then. We've brought up KT already, so how about that then? KT in their group, right? In theory, on paper, should 6-0, right? I mean, they've got Team Liquid, EDG, and Mad Team. No team there in theory should be a threat. Does it rattle you at all that they lost the game to EDG?
When I was VOD reviewing it on stream and I was watching the game live, I got very uncomfortable watching it because I almost couldn't believe some of the things that they were doing. It was just so fucking like,
okay.
People we jest and stuff, but it is Korea. And you can go back into StarCraft 1 World Cyber Games. Okay, you can watch Stork vs. LX on fucking Blue Storm if you want to see some of the stuff that Korea can do. And then also there's stuff in StarCraft 1, that I'm alluding to with a certain player.
Larva, like there's
really
there's players that play with their feet and win another game.
No, I don't mean that. I mean
he's talking about losing on purpose, Loco.
Oh. Wait, you think they lost on purpose?
I don't know if they did.
I've got the inside track on LS's mind, mate. I know where he's going with this. Keep going. Keep going.
I don't know.
You think they threw a game at Worlds at Busan?
He was trying to do it in a subtle way, to be fair, Loco. Like you are just literally like you've got him against the firing squad.
Hold on, I gotta gaslight. I don't know where you're getting this from.
Exactly. Yeah, he was just talking about random games from StarCraft. What are you talking about?
Oh. Yeah, Loco. Why are you making these accusations?
So anyway, now that we know KT definitely didn't try to throw a game, wink, wink. What were you talking about there, LS? I mean, KT in the group stage there, yeah.
No, I don't want to accuse the team of actually throwing. No. What I'm trying to say, though, is that their level of play was so uncharacteristically bad that it does make you think, is something going... Like, it really did make me fucking... It was that bad. It was... They were taking fights that I could say 20 seconds in advance, no. Like, it was that obvious you're going to lose the fight. And they were just charging at it like fucking a bull at like a red flag or whatever the hell it is. And I'm just wondering, they're doing these they keep sending Deft and Mata up to top lane, and it's not near a neutral that they want. They're not trying to accelerate gold lead. And then they lose an entire team fight. They do it again. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? It doesn't make any, it's like watching it. It's below, well, I guess it's like NA Academy or something. Like, it was really low level play, and you're seeing it from KT, and it just wonder why. And also their draft was so bad, it made no sense. I don't know who's sitting there thinking that's a good idea. Probably pawn. He was probably in backstage thinking that was a good idea. But I don't know. That's oh man, the game was so bad.
Yeah,
but they looked bad in all the games that day.
I mean, looking at the draft, they gave up Urgot, Akali, Kaisa, and what did they get?
Yes.
They got Zaya?
Oh, they got Swain. Oh, don't worry about that. They got Swain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just love the way LS is like saying about how he's like just watching them lose a game made him like physically uncomfortable. Like he had to go into like his safe space where it's just like a room that's got all like fucking cozy toys and stuff and like a throw rug that he puts on, and it's just got a TV with like season 4 Samsung Blue and Samsung White reruns over and over, and like Savior playing like macro games. He's like, good, I'm in my safe space now. Korea's #1. Korea's best.
SKT blanket.
Exactly, yeah. Korea's the best. Fake is still the best mid lane in the world. Fake is the best. Yeah, Sarange, Faker, Sarange. So, okay, once your faith was restored by KT winning the group, beyond that, outside of that game, did they look good?
No, they looked really good in week 1, right? They still had the same exact problems that I faulted them for the past year and a half. Once it comes to mid and then late game and whatnot, but that whole day they just looked so bad. And we're going to talk about this too when we talk about IG, because it was sort of like what was happening with IG too, and I just don't know what was going on. So in the game versus EDG is the one that I'm like physically uncomfortable watching it, but the remainder of the games, they just look, I don't know. They just look terrible.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. That's what I mean.
KT's not a team to not take things seriously. They're very like, I wouldn't say stuck up, but they carry themselves very highly. So there would never be a team that's like loose. Like, especially Mata teams. Mata teams are screwed on very tight, and Mata gets pissed whenever they play badly. I'm trying to think what could have happened.
Well, I mean, the games didn't matter at a certain point, right? The only game that mattered was EDG.
But that's the one they lost, no?
That's the one that they lost.
Yeah, but they'd already beaten Team Liquid, and they were already through the group, yeah.
Right. They had already been through, and, like, you just gotta look... man, I don't know.
What do you think
back to Blue Storm?
What do you think of the team overall, like going into the match? Like, other than like them looking bad and a little bit off in day 2, like what do you think of the team overall?
I mean, I think that IG will lose against KT. I think the team's still the favorite to win the tournament now, very slightly, but I do think that they're still the favorite. Overall, I think the team's good. So.
Right, give us the stats on KT then, Loco. What info have you got for us over in your database, which is GG Sports?
Yeah, according to GG Esports, my favorite stat: average 25-minute goal difference, 2.82k. So they're up about 3k gold at 25 minutes, and the first Baron rate 61. Wish it was a little bit higher, but KT, you guys have to realize, is the recent 25 games. And in their recent 25 games, they didn't just have to play versus world teams. If you go to their match record, they had their series versus Griffin, and then they had to play versus a bunch of the Korean teams. So their stats are a little bit less because they were against tougher competition. So key players you want to talk about, LS?
I guess UCal.
Okay.
So, UCal's going to be one of the pillars as to why I think IG can't win against them in their upcoming match.
I'm not saying...
You do know, this is a topic I want to get your take on, actually. So LS is incredibly high on UCal. Like, he actually thinks UCal should have been like top 5 player at Worlds and is better than Caps.
Okay, so according to Fion on Fire, his favorite mid laner for groups was UCal, and Fion is very respected analyst. But all jokes aside, I do think UCal looked better. I always thought of him as Mega Pobelter, like we talked about, but he's been far beyond that. He's been carry whenever they need to. He's so stable. Like, I actually think he's one of the most valuable players on KT. Maybe Score's the most valuable and UCal second. I don't even know where I would place Mata, but I think potentially UCal might be better than Rookie. Rookie might be better than UCal in lane, but UCal is so solid where Rookie has a lot of oops moments where UCal is just solid throughout, and it's really hard to find a mistake.
He has oops moments because he has boosted teammates.
Okay, we'll get to that. I actually think their jungle and their support were fucking terrible, but we'll get to that. Yeah, I think
Did you see Jackie Love in game 1? He was given his best double lift impression from not using flash, not using ultimates.
Yeah, I think support and jungle were just so fucking bad. I thought support was Garbo and jungle was mega boosted. But anyways, going back to UCal, like I think there's an argument to be made. UCal is the best mid laner at the tournament, but that argument will never ever get made because people always prefer rookie and faker style of players. Even if UCal does more for his teams and he's more valuable, UCal can never be titled best mid laner because he's not as flashy.
Is this real life? This is the same guy who was arguing against me that like Expeke has to be greater than Froggen because like Expeke is carrying the game and fucking popping off and killing everyone. Meanwhile, Froggen's just playing like the most perfect like macroeconomic style of mid lane ever. Never losing lane, always surviving in team fights. Then along comes UCal, as you said, my joke, Korean pole belter. Everyone's going to go, wait a minute, isn't pole belter Korean? Genetically only, sir, not by culture. So anyway, in this scenario, he is fucking mega pole belter. He's just like the final boss version of pole belter. Every other player on his team is more valuable. You dared to say that he's one of the most valuable players. So Smeb, best top laner in the entire world. Mata, one of the best support players in the world. Deft, top 5 Korean in the top 5 AD carry in the world. Score, best jungler in the world. At what point in time does this cunt ever come in? He's last in line.
Smeb and Deft and Mata and what if it Score, they all get enabled by how solid UCal is. They all get enabled through UCal.
And what's he doing for him? Picking a control mage and just not dying in lane. Sound.
Smeb and Mata are sprinkles on a cake. They're sprinkles on top of the cake. They're the whipped cream on top of the cake. UCal is the cake, okay? Like without the cake, all that sprinkles and all that whipped cream shit doesn't matter. Like you need a solid basis you can play off of. UCal doesn't require that much resources. And it's so fucking important at this tournament to be able to blind mid and not get wrecked. And UCal has been able to do that so well. I think there is an argument to be made that UCal is MVP of KT. Holy fuck. I went from UCal is good to like all the way to UCal is MVP of KT, but I definitely do think there is an argument to be made.
We were arguing about UCal and Caps just a week ago.
What? No, I was trolling you, idiot. I was trolling you. Anyway, I think UCal is damn good.
I think the only mid that you can swap out UCal with for KT would be Rookie. And I think that says something in and of itself.
The team would change so dramatically, the playstyle between UCal and Rookie, and it might not work out with Rookie.
Right.
Well, with UCal,
I agree with that. Yep, I think that with Rookie, they're more the aggro animalistic style where they can keep going aggressive, and unless they meet equally skilled opponents, then they'll just run you right over. Like historically what they were doing, you know, when they had a liability in mid lane. When the other teams weren't as good.
Yeah. I mean, I want to touch a little bit on UCal stats. 15-minute CS. 15-minute average CS, 145. Average CS at 145 minutes, 15. Like, that's fucking crazy. Average 15-minute CS being 145. And you can see from his champion picks, his most picked are Azir, Swain, Talia, Zoe, Galio. He has to blind his picks a lot and maintain being strong in the mid lane, while he has Deft and Smeb constantly pulling resources from Score. Like, it's a really hard role to play. So yeah, I mean, UCal good.
All the most fucking safe champions mid as well. And he's literally just playing PvE, killing minions. And you're like, oh, but the way you kill the minions, you are a raid boss.
That's the hardest part, Thorin.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah. Only because your control group is Pawn, one of the most mentally ill players to ever play League of Legends. Like, he didn't know what he was doing. Pawn was like, what, I have 6 teammates, time to int. Like, I can't even believe that. But we're having this discussion. You're talking, how could you get a mid laner? Have you ever heard of fucking Kuro? He basically does that, but for the last 3 years.
Yeah, he's Omega Kuro, where Kuro loses to Faker, UCal beats Faker without having resources. UCal utilizes Faker, where Kuro, like, Kuro's whole thing is, I can do this versus everyone but Faker. UCal is, I can do this versus literally every single.
You know what? I really hope that they win Worlds and all of them retire except you, Carl, and they rebuild and you get to see what a wonderful fucking player this guy is.
Oh my God. I hope they win Worlds and I join a team in NA to coach and I pick up...
Now we're getting unrealistic, so let's just keep it within the bounds of reality here. So. I was talking about something that could really happen, so come on, let's not get silly here. Listen, none of us in this chat are ever coaching the LCS, so those dreams have got... We all had our chances. We all give it we all give it different levels of opportunity, but you know, now we're all content creators, so we're all in it together. put on a brave face. Let's content creation on 3. Let's go. Right. So anyway, are there any other players we should do here? LS, should we do? Take a pick. You can pick. Do we do Deft or Smeb stats? Which ones do you want?
We'll do Smebs, I guess.
You know, the sprinkles, as it were, not very important players. You know, just the little, yeah, exactly. You know,
Smeb
casually replaceable.
Smeb is like running back on what is it? Smeb is like a running back on a football team. UCal is the offensive line. Without UCal, Smeb can't do his job.
I'd love to know in what universe the fucking offensive line's ever more important than running back. But yeah, okay. To be fair, I'm just nitpicking your analogy there.
Okay.
Mate, running backs are literally the MVP of your team if it's the best player.
No, you can't have a good running back. Can't function without an offensive line. Offensive line enables everything.
Yes, but the point here is you could have a shit running back and a great offensive line, and you'll never get any points, mate. I think you've just made my point for me accidentally.
Oh my God,
you are wanting to do that. But anyway, back to the point. Good, Smeb.
No, so little, but I'll go ahead. Okay, Smeb is region rank #1, role rank #1. So he's the best in Korea according to GG Esports. Best in the role according to GG Esports. Global rank #2. I'm not sure who global rank #1 is, but according to GG Esports, Smeb is the most valuable player. So maybe the site agrees with you more than me. One thing that I want to touch on with Smeb that he has a really, really high percentage on is average kill participation. KT tends to play towards top to a decent amount, and Smeb has very high participation because of that. I mean, you know Smeb, like traditional carry player, but he has still played stuff like Urgot whenever the team has needed him to. Ellis, what's your opinion on Smeb?
I don't think Smeb, like, I think Smeb is not the same Smeb that he was in 2016 and 2017, but I think that he's still super solid and in a rock. I mean, his stats are gonna say otherwise, right? But he's still one of the best. Oh.
It's gone.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to get you for trying to shit talk Smeb.
Yeah, exactly.
No, so Smeb,
that was just the reality police coming to arrest you for your opinions about UCal. Both of you are under arrest, and we're gonna have to take you to a re-education facility now, where you watch games of Paul Belter and go.
Thorin, you know nothing about League. Oh my God, let the analysts do the analysts.
Yes. Okay? Yeah. Anyway, more NFL analogies, please, Loco. More NFL analogies, please, mate. You know a lot about that sport, definitely. You look like you're fucking built for a running back game, son. Are you kidding me? You'd be the water boy. Go get me some Gatorade, right? Anyway, Ellis, come on, bring it back, mate. Bring it back. Let's come back. Smeb, top laner, carry top laner. Yes.
No, Smeb's still one of the best top laners in the tournament. I just don't think that the meta is as weird as it sounds. Unless he's going to be on Aatrox, then I don't think that the meta is actually poised for him to go off. Nor do I think, like, when I think of Smeb, I don't think of that anymore, like I do with other top laners, like not this recent Summer Split Con, but Keen as well, a Freak of Freaks. I just don't think that he has that same flair, but I don't think that he has to with the way that the meta is right now for Worlds.
I mean, Mata beat the shit out of him to be like, you play tank, bot lane carry, okay? You know carry. This isn't Ku Tiger anymore. Yeah. I'm world champion. You are nobody. We're going to play bot side. And that's basically what happened. Like, KT struggled a lot when both bot and top wanted to carry, and they had Pawn. They got rid of Pawn. They put in UCal, and then they decided on to be a more bot lane kind of team.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, so was there any more stats there on Smeb?
What do you want me to say? We both agree. You're just mad because you're wrong, Thorin.
Any more information on Smeb? Was that it? We've got all. What? Here's the thing. By the way, I'll give you a guess. The problem is, for the global rank for that, I'm going to go ahead and guess number one's probably someone who doesn't play in that region and probably therefore has better stats, like someone, like, who knows, probably Whippo or something, probably has better stats, you know. So that one probably doesn't count whoever's number one on that list. It should be Smeb for that one.
Okay. Anyways, any other players you want to talk about on KTLS?
No,
I think we've covered that. Right.
All right.
Let's go to IG now.
Yeah.
So IG have got Rookie, who obviously everyone in this chat thinks is worse than you, Cal, apparently. So that's that done. So disadvantage mid lane already started out. Right, come on. What about Invictus Gaming, right? How did they get to this point in the tournament? As we said before, interestingly enough, they've basically played a best of 3 against Fnatic because they played the 2 games and then the tiebreaker as well. So we've gotten to see them play a decent amount of games, considering obviously the rest of the teams in their group weren't very good. So what do you think of IG so far, Les?
I think that their jungle and support look extremely boosted, and I think that Jackie Love in the second half of the group, the last 3 games, I thought that he was uncharacteristically bad. And also I think that in the final game, I think the tiebreak game, right? That's where, the tiebreak game. That's where Rookie looked like he was panicking inside of the game, and it looked like he was getting desperate. And I do have to wonder if that's because he's just not trusting his teammates, and he looked like he was making very, very risky plays, and he ended up dying for quite a few of them. I thought that the Shy looked really, I think that the Shy and Duke both looked really good, but with how bad the other 3 were being outside of Rookie, I don't think that either one of them could have really done anything. I will say that I think that the flexibility that they have with Duke and Shy is really good for Rookie, and just IG going forward, but I don't know.
What's the flexibility?
Like
what do they do? I thought both of them are kind of carry players, both Duke and Shy.
Yeah, but I think that Shy has access. Like, they can both play Fiora, right? But I think that Shy is much better suited on Fiora, and I think that Fiora is a pick that's not being utilized as much as she can be at the tournament.
The Shy's basically playing way more forwards, whereas even though you're thinking of Duke from like the old days as a carry player, he's much more of like a fucking hybrid nowadays. Like, he just plays tanks when he needs to and plays the occasional carry if he has to. Like, they kind of, like, SKT beat out of him the idea of being the hardcore carry.
Interestingly, I think of it very similar to Soaz and Whippo. I think it's actually almost the same exact. Like, IG is you know, if Broxa needed a hip surgery and maybe had cataracts in both eyes, then I guess that's Ning. But I think that IG is actually a really similar mirror to Fnatic in a way.
Yeah, other than jungle being weak, like super strong mid laner, 2 good tops. Yeah, a lot of similarity other than jungle. We have to talk about IG jungle and IG support a little. I think so. Holy fucking shit.
Can we got any stats? Can we get some stats on Warping?
Yeah, give me the stats.
Okay. So for some, this site, GG Esports is giving me different win rate, but his Gragas, when I looked on whatchamacallit, Games of Legend, his Gragas win rate was around 50%, and his KDA was like Garbo. And I was told that his Gragas is better than what was shown, but his Gragas, holy shit, in that game where it was Gragas Leona, that was some of the worst Gragas play I've ever seen in my life. Like, ulting the ground, like engaging like garbage, like engaging when your teammates are super far away. Like, this guy was so fucking bad. I thought this Ning guy was supposed to be good. I remember Kelsey saying a lot of good things for her, or good things about Ning. His reckless stat is 12 out of 20. I mean, I think it really showed in his games. Like, he was just playing so boosted. Like, what is up with this player? Like, I feel like when he's not on Camille, when he's not on Jin Zhao, like, he just plays fucking terrible. Do you know more about him than me, Ning?
No. I mean, I saw that he was drunk, I guess, in his games against Fnatic. I know that much. Maybe
he went too far with the Gragas cosplay on that one.
Yeah. That was fucking atrocious.
Abysmal, like, so fucking bad. And then I want to talk about the support a little. Bao Lan. Oh my god, this guy's All-Star was so fucking bad also. Like,
holy shit.
Way he was, like, the times he was engaging his combos enabled them to get killed every single time. I don't think Fnatic is a team that traditionally wins versus bot lane, but Broxa identified this guy's an idiot. I'm gonna fucking punish these idiots, and he would be comboing right next to Fnatic turret and then getting killed. Maybe pushing up level 1 versus a red side or blue side lead that was starting red buff. Like, there were just mistakes that I was like terrified watching. Like, what is this team? I was told this team would be one of the favorites. Like, yeah, this Bao Lun guy, like, I don't fucking see it. Like, he has one inconsistency in the GG esports stats. So yeah, I don't know. Now I think Rookie might be good because he carried these players all the way up to this point, right? Like, I heard IG was insane in summer during LPL. So maybe Rookie is really good. Who knows?
I believe that.
Anyone with eyes. Yeah, go ahead. What else?
To be fair, you know, one of these days, someone's going to take you up on that, LS, and they're going to make you do that thing where they take the nameplates off and you have to guess who all the players are. We can do it if you want. We'll do it for a charity stream or something. Okay, but I have to pick the players though, because I'll go and I'll find some fucking Vietnamese league where like the mid laner played really well, and I'll see if you know your stuff. I'll test you.
What the fuck? Who the fuck watches Vietnamese?
Could you pick out Could you pick out certain players with their nameplates covered in solo queue?
I'm pretty sure I can pick out certain ones. Not
which
all.
Ones could you pick out? Which ones could you pick out?
I can pick out like UCal, Faker. I can pick out Apto. Everyone can pick out Apto, right? Like that one's easy. Apto's easy. You can pick out like Deft. You can pick out Uzi.
I could pick out Deft. The way Deft dodges skill shots is so fucking good. Deft movement is fucking insane.
Pretty sure I can pick out Khan. I can like the superstars that you actually pay a lot of attention to. But the main point with that statement is it sort of alludes to like the thing we talked about in one of the previous videos, like seeing the players before they were famous. You can just tell that someone is on another level. They're like on another planet because their movement's so unnatural. You compare it to scripter standards, you compare it to the mass majority of players, and then you know what the alternatives are for trades and like movements that exist. And when a player is defining their own fucking destiny, that's when you know that they're just exceptional. The problem is that most people can't define when a player is making his own destiny because they're incapable of seeing the alternatives.
Right, I've got a question for you. It's an immediate question, right? Follow up on that. Yeah. So by that logic, even though you hadn't yet seen him play at Worlds, you should have already known if Caps could actually be the best mid laner. So
yes, I watched the solo queue games.
Right? So he can't be the best mid laner.
He can't. No, I watched the solo queue games. I wasn't going to go that hard on him about the whole UCal thing if I wasn't watching his games.
Okay.
Like when I look at stuff, I think it's different than a traditional analyst or coach. They're going to watch the VODs the same way that some fucking guy is going to watch backstage basketball or football, right? They're going to see generic patterns, surface level things, and they're going to understand basic things that are able to be backed by numbers. When you can play the game at a relatively high enough level, when you can play against these players sometimes, seldom enough or whatever, you can tend to recognize patterns. You can tend to realize this person's doing this better. This person's getting away with this better. I didn't know this champion can get away. Yeah, right. So 2 months ago, I was playing against a lot of these players sometimes before I would hover in and out, being able to face them sometimes. And when you face them enough, you start to realize tendencies. Oh, this person's very good at doing this. This person's very good at doing this. This person plays like a bitch. And you start realizing what's making these players better, or trying to land a skill shot on a certain player. One of the reasons that Mata used to be afraid of Faker is like you can't hit him with the skill shot because his avatar would glitch so quick. This caused other mid laners to start realizing, hey, we have to click more. I actually outlined this. Bwipo was on Urgot in one of the games. I don't know what the timestamp is in my VOD review. He's doing the wiggling, trying to like inch forward 50 range, go back 50, and trying to bait Shy to do a lunge on Fiora. And if Fiora handshakes it, Urgot will punish super hard. But it's so micro intensive. But you have to know that that's what he's doing and why he's trying to do it and what the range is on Fiora's lunge, what he's trying to entice, where he's standing in the lane. And most of these jackasses are fucking gold and silver. How the fuck are they supposed to know what the hell they're looking at?
I'll try to explain this in human terms so other people can understand it if you haven't watched all 200 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. What LS is saying is if you click 10, let's say in 10 seconds, if you click 20 times, like you're going, you can, your turn rate for your champion and like how fast you're moving back and forth is much faster than someone that's clicking less. That's why keeping your hands warm and clicking around, especially with spacebar press, where you can click right next to your character, gives you very high like turn rate on your champions. So it's really important to keep your screen centered and also click around your character. Even if your screen isn't centered, it makes it a little bit harder, but clicking around your champion like much faster. Yeah.
Do you want to know something funny, Loco? This is actually an example of where people on Reddit are literally objectively 100% wrong about LS, because they actually use that as a reason to like deride LS and go, he thinks it's like StarCraft and you have to like warm up and press super click. It's like, no, you literally do. Like that's literally what the best Koreans do. Just like you know how many fucking Western junglers I've watched play and they're like casually like they're just moving the screen around with their mouse. It's like, have you ever seen a Korean jungler play, mate? They play like StarCraft, moving the screen post all the time with the F function keys, you know.
I actually have thoughts. I actually have thoughts of fucking great story for this. What was the one where the World Finals was held and the team played behind like a mini dome on each end of the stage? Like there was like a mini dome. Was it the
League of Legends? Isn't that 2014? It's 2014, right?
No, it wasn't 2014. Like every team had like a small half dome. It was in LA. So
LA was either season 3 Worlds was in LA.
No, not season 3.
2016 maybe?
Season 6. Yeah, it has to be
2016. Okay, so 2016, I was watching Blank play and I was there with a friend and she didn't know League of Legends at all. And then I was trying to show her because we could see Blank's screen. So I'm not saying Blank's the best player in the world, but one thing he does really well was he was constantly moving around and like changing his screen a lot. Yeah. And then I was trying to tell her, hey, like, look at this guy play. Like that guy's the jungler. And then he's moving his screen a lot because he needs to gather information. Like, of course, she didn't fucking give a fuck. But there are like specific things that Korean players do differently. Or not just Korean players, that better players do. They gather information better. They move their characters better. And they play in a certain way that it's hard to tell because like how people watch and how people know is like, they watch Korean players by going to YouTube and typing in Faker solo queue, and then they'll watch Faker play. And sometimes it's just VOD, sometimes it's the one from the stream, and they don't get all the information. But like Korean players move faster, they gather information better too.
I have a lot of boot campers come stay near me. The ones that aren't affiliated with teams. Sometimes people go to the Everate or the Winner's House, but there's some people here right now. And when they first get here, I have them download Overwolf and stuff just out of curiosity, even if I'm not coaching them. And I ask them what their APM are. And these are Western European NA challengers.
And do they all say, I don't know?
No, they all say that they don't know. And then I have them download it, and they're 180 to 200. Now, Koreans tend to average 250 to over 300. Faker's over 300. And like you check the mouse thing, like how fast they move the mouse, the distance that they move, how much they click, etc. Just light years apart. By the time that they all leave, they're all dramatically increased. And they all say how they should have been doing it before and whatnot. And, you know,
APM.
I think that they have to. Yeah.
APM and effective APM are so fucking different. You can click all you want, but if you're just clicking, you're a fucking idiot. Like you're just copying, like you're a fucking idiot. Like you don't understand and you're just clicking for the sake of clicking. When you click and you know what you're doing and you know what you're watching out for, especially when you're going in range and then slightly coming out of range, going in range and slightly coming out of range, and you give people patterns, and then instead of going in range again, like you just back up and they shoot their skill shot, like stuff like that really matters, like baiting out skills, like. But it's hard to you need to understand that fully and then start doing it, and then you do it subconsciously. And then it just becomes a natural part of your game. Like to get to that level is hard and it requires so much practice. Like, and people don't do that and they just see like, I don't get any better when I just randomly click around. LS, you're a fucking idiot. Like that's like what happens. Like if you don't understand, then that's what's gonna happen.
Right. Bring this full circle. So like when I made the statements about Crown, it was because I look at not every mid and Korean solo queue, but I look at about a dozen of them, right? And obviously the ones going to Worlds. I look at the mid laners going to Worlds. And it's like you just overlap their movements, how quick they are, how like clean they are with some of their movements and whatnot. It was light years apart. But for someone that's like, you know, I'm an analyst on this team, or, you know, they fucking have a title on their Twitter profile or some shit, like assistant coach of this team.
Or like if former coach of Tempo Storm, content creator.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like that loser. So basically, if you ask, like, so I'll use a Smash analogy. If you were to ask a random person, like if you were to ask like me or you, or maybe someone that semi-follows Super Smash Bros. Melee, to tell you the visual difference between a top 50 Fox player and a top 20 Fox player, they're not going to be able to tell you. Really, like, what is that big of a difference without using stats or results? They just can't see it with their eye because they don't know the
what they're looking for
that exist. Right. They don't know the alternatives. So if they see something, I see this all the fucking time when I watch VOD reviews of other content creators or analysts in the scene or some fucking shit. They'll be like, oh, this was really good. And I'm like, no, it wasn't good. What are you talking about? This could have happened. Like, this is what's likely to happen. This happens all the time with the result-based analysis. This is actually what Reddit primarily flames me for.
This is where I disagree with you heavily, where you're like, this could have happened, but they did this, so it was fine, but they should have been doing this. Where I disagree with you a lot is, I'm
talking about trades in this spot, not macro rotations.
Never mind then.
I agree. That's more theoretical, and that's a deeper argument, right? Based on more things. I'm just talking strictly. No, it is. It's deeper. But team like a team fight or something, like a dive will happen and it'll work out for one team, but it shouldn't have worked out that way. And people will be like, oh, this is good. They were rotating and had priority here, and they crashed the wave. And it's like, no, you don't realize that the jungler shouldn't have been where he was at this point. Top laner shouldn't have played it like this. They didn't have that proper intel to actually make this play. You know, something that happened 45 seconds in advance played into this play, and you're incapable of even realizing that it played into it.
Okay. Anyways, to go, to try to tie this back into our original IG versus AT predictions, this wasn't a Korean and why they're better, but a different video. One exception to the high APM that I really want to point out, if you guys are in Korea and you guys get to watch behind this person, like maybe take a footage of it, Score actually has incredibly slow APM. Score is one of the slowest players I know, even in Western standards. He's just very effective with his clicks. Because I know this because I played on the same team with Score when we were both on Startail, and he plays really slow and really deliberate. He doesn't wiggle that much. He just plays like tweet, 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 tweet.
That reminds me of like I Love Uv and Savior. Savior had 180 APM. Everyone else had 300. He had 180 to 220. And his EAPM was almost identical to that. I Love Uv was really, really slow. And these are two of the Bonjours. These are two of like the super fakers of their time in StarCraft. And they were really slow players. But no, the fucking exceptions don't break the rule. They define it, you know? Like, Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, you'll also notice almost everyone who has that theme with them. So in StarCraft 2, there was also like MMA wasn't very fast. They always have to make up for it in the strategical end. Like these players all have to be like geniuses, know where the guy's going to... Because obviously the logic is if you know where the person's going to be and what he's going to do, you can set up for a move that Deft has to just react to do if he doesn't know what's coming, you know. And he might have the insane reactions. He can do that, but there's a key difference between those two approaches. Anyway, tying this back in, using that logic, LS... Is Rookie the best player in the tournament, even if his team isn't the best?
Oh, yes. Yes. He's the best mechanical. There we go, the crown statement. He's the best. Well, it's not even just best fucking mechanical. The guy puts on a clinic in mid lane, and he's going to do it probably against everyone that's not UCal.
Do you think Rookie is better than Uzi then? You're saying you're saying he's the best player at the tournament, you're taking him over Uzi.
The problem with that is like the role element makes it tough.
No, but both roles are incredibly mechanically focused.
No, when I just made the statement, I was thinking of mid laners alone, and then I'm thinking of everyone but Uzi, and that's it. Oh god, that one's really tricky. Like Uzi's mechanics, they're both so difficult mechanically, but it's like they're a little different. If that makes like Rookie's mechanics are like Falco or something, or no, Rookie's like Fox, and then Uzi's like Captain Falcon. Okay. Like it's like
I think they're both similar.
They're
they're very predatorial. If they see an opportunity, they don't fucking miss it. They just fucking lunge at it. Like the way Rookie goes in with LeBlanc, where he sees the opportunity. He knows for a fact he's going to hit his skill shot and he goes in. Where Uzi sees the opportunity with Kaisa to clean up, he goes in no matter what. one thing I think that characterizes both players is when they see an opportunity, zero hesitation. They always pull the trigger.
Yep.
The difference.
I think I would give Uzi the edge on pure mechanics, because part of what I'm tying into Rookie is a little bit. It's more timing based than Uzi's raw, like mechanics, like hand and mouse, keyboard and mouse. I think Uzi's probably, Uzi's the best than Rookie.
Okay.
That's also why the roles make it so difficult. Like, for example, there's a level on which I'd take Rookie over Uzi I, in fact that, like, if you don't have the support player and you don't have the jungler and you can't get the game to 20 minutes, what's the point in having the best AD carry? Whereas mid laner can do shit with that all day long. Then on the other end of the equation, if you're trying to judge mechanics, well, half the fucking mid lane champions are burst champions anyway, so it's about how smooth your combo is, timing on getting in and out. AD carry, like you say, it's just like grind. It's like if you can just do like 1,000 correct clicks in a row, you'll be a god, yeah. So it's like, I don't know how you judge those two. They're such different skill sets, Okay, anyway, bringing it back though. The reason I bring that topic up is because surely that's the one edge that IG has in the series. They have the mid lane edge, right?
We literally talked about it. UCal's the one player where Rookie can't just choke him out and like fucking like demolish him. And I also think Rookie's sidekick, his jungle, is bad. And he's limited on champion pool. So I think if Rookie had a better jungle sidekick, he could beat UCal, but he doesn't have a better jungle sidekick. And we talked about Score, like him being a really slow player, right? You know what Score's best strength is? He's always at the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, like Rookie's going to be aggressive on him. He's not going to have his jungle sidekick in the right place or doing the right things, and Score's going to be there, and they're going to win. So when I watched versus Fnatic, right, if Rookie had a better jungler, the game where Rookie was Rise and Fnatic had, what is it, Aatrox plus, what was the goal? Let me go check real quick. Fnatic had, Rookie was Rise plus, Fnatic had
Rise plus Lee Sin. Rise plus Lee versus Xin Zhao?
Yeah, Xin Zhao versus Aatrox mid. Rookie was demolishing Caps mid, but when the 2v2 happened, the Lee Sin fucked up his kick so badly, they actually lost the 2v2. If the Lee Sin kick flashed the right way, they would have demolished that 2v2. And this is versus Caps and Broxa. And I think UCal and Score are a stronger duo. If you can't beat Caps and Broxa on this winning of a matchup, you're not going to beat UCal and Score.
I'm talking about like the fucking Ginyu Force right now. You can't beat these guys. You can't beat them. But no, like I completely agree with you. If Rookie had like Tarzan,
what's wrong with you? Why are we agreeing so much? This is
I don't know. Episode. This is if Rookie had like Tarzan, I think that would be the scariest mid jungle duo.
Okay.
It's because, to be fair, all you had to do to find the perfect Venn diagram.
Oh, hold on. Let me save you, by the way, Loco. Hold on, I gotta save Loco here because Reddit's gonna fucking shit on him. Caps was getting completely ass blasted in mid lane. Yes, he was supposed to lose CS in some of those matchups.
Not by 30 CS. Not by 30 CS. Not getting shot out that much. Yeah.
Well, especially after the assistance that he received at certain points and like getting the kills and whatnot, he was getting ass blasted in both games. No, it's not about fucking Rookie counterpicking him or anything like that. It has entirely to do with the fact that Rookie was just putting on a clinic.
Did Rookie get counterpicks? Yes. Did Rookie's counterpick perform better than they were supposed to? Yes. Like when you get counterpicked, there is like a CS range that you're supposed to lose by. Caps lost by beyond that CS range. Like the Rise versus Aatrox match.
He was losing by 50. 52?
There was a time where I was looking, it was 33. I was like, he should not be losing by that much. Even in the worst matchups, you're not supposed to be down 33 CS. Like, so yes, like Caps lost lane straight up more so than he should have. Like, get that through your head. Oh my God, European fans this world has been fucking vicious. Anytime there's been something negative said about European teams, especially about Fnatic and Caps, they've been so fucking vicious.
Now you know what it feels like to talk about TSM for the last 4 years.
Yeah, but I'm spitting truth and you're spitting lies.
What? Oh, Jesus.
He actually believes that as well, by the way. No, the best thing is, Ellis, he actually does believe that. Like, what's great is in that moment, he actually embodied the TSM fan spirit by saying that. Because you know, by the way, Loco, that's the reason why TSM fans always were obnoxious, you know. I never had any problem with a fan. Like, I have fans in many games who are like, you know, I disagree with you, or you're wrong, or whatever. TSM fans actually would say that. They would say, why are you lying by saying TSM isn't the best? It's like, fucking hell. These are opinions, you know, they're not facts. Like, there's no objective metric by which you can prove, you know, Team X is better than Team Y. Like,
other than GG Esports site, that's perfect.
Except for all of the soft stats on there, which we absolutely stand behind, in as much as this episode is still ongoing. So what about this then? So we need to do our prediction for this match, right?
One thing I do want to say is, like, regarding soft stat and GG Esports, a lot of people have been very critical of me for using these stats to back up my argument. Whenever I'm using hard stats, you guys can't argue about that at all. Like, hard stats are hard stats. So regarding soft stat and legitimacy of GG Esports, I was really down on Broxah before this Worlds, and GG Esports actually had Broxah as the most valuable player in all of Europe. And I was like, there's no way this thing is right. Like, Broxah is not the most valuable player in Europe. Afterwards, after like watching groups play out, I actually do think there is a lot of value in that, because GG Esports, their odds are so correct that other sites come and try to buy the odds from GG Esports, the odds that they're putting out. So there is a lot of truth in what the stats are presenting.
Anyway, let's make our predictions for this matchup then. So it sounds like everyone's picking KT to win. So the question is, how many games do they win by?
I like this. This is weird. If it's 1-1, if it gets to 1-1, I think they win 3-1.
Okay.
What are you going to pick, Loco?
But yeah, if it's 2-0, then I think they win 3-0. So if they drop a game in the first two, then I think it's 3-1.
I mean, obviously, yes, I'm going to take KT to win. So KT are 1.36 if they win. IG are 3.17 if they win. So site thinks KT still is pretty heavily favored. How good is the jungle support from IG? Is that just was the group's performance an off chance, or like is that their actual level?
Well, the problem is they play in China, don't they? And China's not exactly famous for like fucking junglers, so it's always tough on that one to gauge. Like you can never really know. And obviously, they only really was playing against Fnatic's the only good team in that group, so I think it's very tough to tell.
I think IG's strengths, which are their solo laners, Rookie and Dashai or Duke, get neutralized really well by Smep and Yukao. Where IG is strong, they get blocked out completely. And where they need aggression, KT does a really good job of countering it. I am going to go out on a limb and say KT 3-0. I'm going to bet for that.
Okay. I'll take KT 3-1 because I'll say that KT will fuck up draft at least one game, or Rookie will get like a fucking nice counter pick and he'll go ham, and at least one game you can give me. I don't think they're going to do much more. Well, I'll go 3-1 KT Horse there.
LF, what's your official prediction? You can't give me this bullshit of, if they go 1-1, then I'm going to go with this.
Okay. Let me just cover all my bases.
Hey, if I could just see the first two games of the series, bro, I'll tell you the score 100%. It's like,
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Well, how many times does EDG have blue side?
Or you mean KT?
Yeah.
No.
IG.
Oh, IG. Oh, no, this is different. Oh, IG.
It's best of one. So in best of 5 format, this is how I remember it. The modern best of 5. The higher seed gets to pick game 1, and then game 1, 3, and 5. And the lower seed gets to pick 2 and 4, from what I remember.
So if they do
2 blue side.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess 2. They'll be on. I'll go 3-1.
3-1. What side do you think IG is going to take the game win from?
Well, they're supposed to be mega on red, isn't it? Isn't
red.
That the one that they have like the insane win record because they always do like a certain pick for the solo laners, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So since we're all betting on KT to win, let's do some like prop bets, like some side bets.
Right.
So LS, like there's first turret, first blood, or first dragon. Which one do you want to take for what is it, IG or KT? Or no, you have to pick one that IG is absolutely gonna do. First Dragon, First Turret, or First Blood. Which one?
Probably First Blood's the highest chance.
Okay. They have it at the highest chance too. So if you bet on IG getting First Blood, it's about double your coins. If you do IG First Turret, it's about 2.3, and First Dragon is 2.1. So they do think First Blood's most likely too. What about you, Thorin?
I'll take KT to take the first turret.
KT First Turret. Okay.
There we go. Chinese teams don't know nothing about turrets, bro.
Okay. And overall, I think this series actually is going to be super boring if KT just does what they're supposed to do. It's just KT's strengths counter IG so well. I think KT is the perfect team to beat teams like IG and C9 and Vitality and Afrika. These all, I guess not so much Afrika, but like Vitality, C9, Fnatic, IG, these early skirmish tempo-based teams are actually going to get smashed by KT. Where, you know, like modern League of Legends, like beforehand, the Korean style of place a lot of wars, play very standard, and have their information and play the information game was really, really strong. Now, with wars been taken away from jungle, with Green Smite no longer being available, it's a lot about fighting and what is it, doing things where people don't know and being high tempo and constantly putting on pressure and going for plays because people don't have enough information to play against it, right? So one thing that KT has is Score doesn't need that information. Score without wars always knows where to be. So like it's something super unique about KT that allows them to play slow and allows them to play their style.
Well, I got the counter for that, is that if Score always knows where to be, then the ultimate counter is a jungler who doesn't even know where he wants to be. So how can you ever predict where he is? Next thing you know, you just see that jungler Ning pop up behind you. Nani, oh my god, yes, he ropes. And then he cuts your head off instantly. There we
Nothing
go.
personal, kid. Teleports
Exactly.
behind
QED. It'll go. Ning wins. Score literally at the end of the series just kneels before him and says, I have never witnessed such incredible jungling before in my career. Like that was subtitled, obviously, and it was about that. He's speaking in Korean.
Japanese.
Yeah, I did like the dub for it there. To be fair, that's one thing I can't handle in anime, right? It's like, at least go back to the old school style, like really dodgy dubs. Don't have it where it's like some American guy like, I'd love to see you goodnight. It's like, fucking hell, what's this like? Why is it some cheesy Hollywood actor? Give me the old one.
I always wanted to ask, LS, do you watch Dragon Ball Z with dubs or subs?
I don't watch it anymore.
I see. When you did watch it, did you watch with dubs or subs?
I was like 13 or something, right?
He had no choice, Loco. He had no goddamn choice.
Yeah,
of course he had to watch it dubbed.
Why? I guess we're kind of done, but I still want to ask and put this part of the video. Why are you so obsessed with Dragon Ball Z analogies? Why is that a thing?
Because it's his religion.
No. I feel like our generation knows that as one of the premier animes that you grew up with without having to search out. And I also think that with the revival of Dragon Ball Super, even people that are maybe a decade younger than us or like near a decade younger can still relate because it had a lot of hype and stuff. And so I think that it's an analogy that ties into many, many people.
That's why I said it's his religion, because it's like that's the mythology that LS grew up on. So that's what he relates to things in his life. It's actually a reasonable position to have.
What about
I think it covers so many things, though.
I think more popular and more.
Yes, but Naruto, at least in my experience, because I'm from Rhode Island, which is a really small state, but I had a lot of friends from Massachusetts and Connecticut. Naruto only seemed to be liked by like people that sought out anime. No, it didn't seem to really. No, I honest to God, like at least, yeah. So maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe Naruto was more popular in other states or like globally. I just didn't know about it. I personally didn't actually watch it. I was DBZ, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Inuyasha. And even Inuyasha was a little bit like not many people would watch it or stuff because I think it came on Adult Swim, so you had to stay up late to watch that.
What year are you born?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a 90s kid. I'm the same year as you.
92?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because we're in the same generation. And I remember in elementary school, like pretty much no one watched like some people watched Dragon Ball Z because their parents had it on. But during like middle school and high school era for us, like Naruto was so fucking popular. I lived in both Korea, Singapore, and Texas. And in all three places, I think Naruto was the most popular like anime.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's really I just use DBZ because I feel like there's so many personalities in it. There's so many storylines, and I can just compare it to so much. I think it really gives me a lot to work with.
Okay.
Well, if it's any consolation, both of them are both irreparably full of filler, like the end of this episode. So thanks to GG Esports, sponsor of this episode, who has all the stats, concise, to the point, and no waffle. So that's the end of this episode. Right, if you also want to take part in guessing who's going to win, playing on GG Esport, trying to compete against Loco, and in his words, if you don't agree with him, lying and ignoring the truth, then we are giving, in conjunction with GG Esports, $3,000 giveaway worth of gems, that's right, gems, on an entirely separate leaderboard for Worlds. So if you add Locodoco or me, Thorin, you can see our usernames on screen right now, if the editor's done his job. If he hasn't, fuck it, just fire him then. It's not my fault. I didn't edit the video. Then add us, because you already get some gems for doing that. You get some bonus gems for adding us. And you could potentially beat us on the leaderboard. You could win those gems. You could, again, $3,000 US worth. What more do you want? Thank you to GG Esports. I would say to people who watched, but, I mean, you got some out of it as well. Don't be greedy. Just end on that. There we go. Yeah. Solid.